We're gonna grind some feed, or start grinding some feed for the calves. I just wanted to get the last of the oats in here before I take the pallet forks off the skid loader over there. And the oats are in those big black totes that we have, and it holds enough that one tote goes in per grinder mixer, and then we put our supplement in, and then our corn to fill it up the rest of the way. So we're using this feed for bucket feeding and creep feeding. So this particular batch of feed, we're gonna fill a creep feeder for the calves we have here at home, and then the rest of it will go in a covered wagon, and we'll pull it down to a pasture where we're feeding a group of light calves. We actually had a group of calves we bottle fed for a portion this winter and weaned them, had them on some grass, and we've been feeding them a few buckets daily, or 2 or 3 times a week really, just to keep them coming up, give them a little bit of supplement. But they're doing really well on grass. We didn't turn out until August on that pasture. So yeah, this is our grinder. That hopper there, supplement goes in. This auger here, we'll dump the oats and then the corn in, and it feeds the hammer mill over here. Right inside there's the hammer mill, and goes up into our tank. So this is a 2-ton mixer is what we end up with. Those screens you can throw in the hammer mill, and it'll affect how ground up and how fine your corn is. I usually leave them out. We grind mostly feed for calves. Once in a while, I think it's ground maybe like 3 loads of pig feed, and you can run it fairly quick on that, especially as big as the pigs are, and it all works out for them just fine without a screen. But we'll get started on that and show you guys the process. Okay guys, we're here. It's been a day or so since we've put these oats and the supplement in there, but we're gonna finish grinding that batch of feed. We've got some corn in this truck. We'll back up to it, add it in there, and that'll get us started. And the only difference so when we're grinding corn, we go back here and we engage the hammers. And so we'll spin that. There, it's locked in gear. And what that'll do is there's hammers in here. And we don't have a screen in it. These right here are screens, different sizes, helps crack the corn. But that pulley rotates these hammers that then hit the corn and grind it, where the term comes from, or cracks it basically. And the reason we're grinding or cracking the corn is it's easier for the animal to digest. They get more nutrients out of it. Whole corn can tend to kind of go right through them. I know there's some studies that claim that's not the case. That's what we do. That's what we like doing. Right or wrong, it works for us. Overfilled. Filling the creep feeder. Got a little hole down there to start. New creep feeder. Well, new to us. Needs some work, but ought to do the job. Dumping the rest of the load in a wagon. Okay, so we just got home here. It's 9:30 at night or whatnot. And we've been moving everything around. We fed cows, as you can see here. Finished off the last of the silage. And then we shut the cows out of here. And that probably sounds crazy. What we're doing here is tomorrow, we have a guy bringing in some ground up asphalt and roadstone and stuff. And he's gonna pour it in this alleyway that we feed cows in, as well as on this driveway side of that. See how much rock we've lost. I mean, those bunks were setting on top of the rocks. I mean, the cows they just pack it in. It's just the way it is. Since they pack it in, we're gonna ask him to come in here and try to build it back up. Last thing for tonight is to tear down this netting, or quite a bit of it anyway. That way the truck can get down that road there. And then I can't really get a good image of this, but tomorrow we're gonna start and we'll finish chopping. So yeah, as I said earlier, tomorrow we're gonna chop our corn silage. It should be about a 225 foot bag, usually about a ton per foot of that. So, 200 ton, 225 ton of silage. And it's a really good feed. We really like it. We've been doing it for probably about 5 or 6 years now. The cows seem to do really well on it. We had some left over for the summer. We've had some cows in here this summer. And I think they've done the best when they're on it. Better than just a hay or a protein tub or some kind of other supplement. We've been real happy with it. So looking forward to that. I don't know if I will be around when they're doing it. I have to work tomorrow. I'm not sure I will be able to get away, but I'll try to get some videos of that for you guys and kind of show you what we're doing. We put all of ours in bags, so it'll be like a poly bag. We really like the poly bag option. We don't have to build a bunker. We don't have to build it out of hay bales or concrete. They have a bagger that packs it. We have to run the bagger or the tractor on the bagger. Works out very well for us, and probably more efficient for them as well if that's all we're required to do. So we'll get this fence tore out, and the next time we see you, we'll be chopping. So we're chopping, guys. Here's a little 1 acre patch they've done already. We've got, half a bag full, and then we've started on the full bag now. But I just wanted to kind of show you what the field looks like when they've chopped and what we're doing here. So, I mean, they're taking everything but about 10, 12 inches of stock here, as you can see. I mean, they don't leave much or anything really. We're taking the whole plant. We're going to use this as a forage for the cows and some of our livestock. So I'll go over there and I'll show you where we're putting the silage, what they're using to harvest it, how we're transporting it, stuff like that. So here we go, guys. They're chopping, they're filling wagons. Be a good shot for you guys to see what they're doing. And they pull the wagons with the tractor. And the chopper there's got that big head that just takes everything in. As you saw before, the chopper chops the corn and it ends up in a wagon like that that's pulled by these tractors, and they'll bring these wagons over to the bagger, and you can kind of see it right there, and it's dumping the silage from the wagon into the bagger. Let's see if I can get a good shot of that over here. So there's just the conveyor on the front of that wagon, and it dumps it into the elevator on the bagger, up the elevator into kind of a hopper for this bagger, and then inside there's a bunch of little, I don't know if you'd call them almost like hammers, but they're packing the silage in this bag, and they're just constantly running it against, pushing more in, pushing, and then that's where the backstop comes into play. There you guys see the chopped up product. It's chopping the corn and the entire plant. It's the next morning here. We finished chopping last night towards dark. I was actually off doing something else here, but we got her done. Should be about 220 foot a bag here. Silage did really well. I think we chopped just as much or more in terms of tonnage that we usually do, and I think we chopped less acres actually. So real happy with how it did. When we leave these bags open for a day or two, because of the fermentation process, it creates a gas. I mean, we're going to be 90 degrees today. This is plenty warm to create that gas, and you would actually see this plastic start kind of breathing or get a heartbeat, you know, just kind of moving up and down, up and down. So we leave the ends of these open for a day or so, and then we'll come in and we'll put hay bales, or we've piled dirt on top of them, whatever. And that seals them up for good and limits the spoilage. Hey guys, that'll be all for this video. We're gonna keep trying to get videos out every week here. Might be a little bit of a bigger gap just with as busy as we are. But a lot of cool things coming up. Hope you enjoyed this. We'll try to get you to show some more livestock, some more equipment, and if there's anything you guys do want to see, let us know. Thanks for watching.